Today we have my internet friend Youssof with us. Youssof, how are you doing?
I'm good, alhamdulillah, doing well. I think I met exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
Online. Areeb was one of the super cool internet friends I've gotten to make in the design space. And I've gotten to know a lot of cool designers in his design space as well, which was incredible.
I just want to kind of go back and kind of understand, what did you study design? What was that process like? And how is design still part of your work?
Sure, yeah. At the start, my entire life I was doing creative stuff, constantly making projects. And when it came time to pick a major for studying, I was a bit confused because, I didn't really resonate with a certain subject from school, but I really liked the project aspect of every subject. Thing is, that's not really a major until I discovered that it kind of is, and it is design. I started reading about design. I started reading about graphic designers, illustrators, and so on, and that attracted me to studying design. And yeah, since I was in university, I started doing a lot of freelance work in different disciplines, and it's something that I do until now. I wanted to be more known for my approach. The best way I can describe that, you can see on my Instagram, I'm always experimenting, making different things, drawing, illustrating, and so on. This is what my style comes from.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
This was the last video I put out where I redesigned every logo. So Areeb had commented something on this video. I don't know what would happen if you redesigned Ajeeb's logo. So I thought that would be a fun experiment. I thought of two ideas. I thought maybe I can just draw this in my style, but then I had an even better idea. And I thought maybe we could think of Ajeeb TV in a different genre.
Interesting. And what genre would that be?
So maybe the Ajeeb logo could be Ajeeb Sports or Ajeeb News.
If most people are aligned with Ajeeb News, we could go with that. One more, if I would have a suggestion, Youssof, would be, for example, the series that we're doing. You're the first guest in this. We've got more artists coming in. It's Ajeeb Talks, right? So if we could vote with these three guys, Talks has 3 votes. So I think Ajeeb Talks is winning. Okay.
So I have this Pinterest board of logo that I love, and this is the kind of aesthetic that I always like to go through.
So Avia said it can be someone presenting. It's like, you're presenting your work in your meeting. It could be like you're giving like a corporate meeting with like a stick on a projector or something. Like, how do you feel personally about AI? Everyone's sharing a new prompt to draw the same thing.
With AI, I feel very confused all the time. For example, if we talk about ethics, I believe that AI is completely unethical, not because of AI as an idea, but AI, the way it's kind of applied with the corporations running it. The best usage of AI, I think, is using AI as a librarian. But at the same time, still, every time I've used AI, it's kind of just disappointed me with the answers.
I like the top 2, The presentation one also looks very funny. He's wearing a tie. But Youssof, just to come back to the process, right? When the last job that you got, right? What are you sharing with them that you feel like, oh, this is my money shot. This is where they get impressed by what I've shared with them.
One of my biggest freelance jobs was an animation sequence I did for a documentary. And for that one of my professors had introduced me to the producer and the director. And this is why you should always create and always post stuff all the time, because you can never know what might work. Like the Sony logo, I had no idea that people would like it so much. Yeah. I thought it was terrible. But he really liked this random illustration I did for October.
I wanted to ask, if you could use one platform for freelancing, which one would it be?
It's hard to tell, to be honest, because it's not a specific platform. It's a soup of different platforms I had to use. Some jobs where I found on a post on Instagram. With some other jobs, it was through a friend. Then you really have to try everything. There's not a single platform.
I don't know why, but I feel like I may be wrong, but the whole thing could be rotated.
Let me try that, actually. Yeah, absolutely.
How are you choosing the color palette?
Color is all about context.
Even the buttons on the mic can be a different color.
Yeah. Also, you gotta color outside the lines for a bit intentionally to get a bit more of that DIY
highlighter feel, yeah. Ooh, this looks interesting. I feel like I like the stripe, the half and half thing.
Pink should be green and pink and blue, green and blue can be together.
Yeah, wow. You guys were thinking the same thing. This is your signature star. I've seen it in so many places.
Yeah, I've never actually I've always done it, but I've never thought of it as a signature. star.
And I think I have a better idea also. We can kind of wrap it up at this stage and we can share the file with everyone else, so people can finish it in their own style. What do you think?
I think that's an excellent idea, actually, because that's one concern that I had was I don't want to give people like just a finished thing.
Yeah. What do you guys think, guys? We will be sharing this PSD file with you guys on school. So Abia gave us a thumbs up. Zen said, let's do it. What about the rest of you guys? Okay, we've got enough thumbs up. Okay, interesting. So you guys can do whatever, and obviously don't change it so much, but it kind of stays a collaboration between Youssof and you guys.